What's up, everyone? We have a rod repair we're going to do today. This is a Mojo Bass 7-foot heavy action, I believe it is. 7-foot heavy action fast. Yep. So we have an eye that we're going to be replacing here. He's got a burr on it, or where the line's already burnt through it, so it's snagging the line and fraying his line up. So he wants that replaced. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. These rod repairs are not fast, and I do enjoy doing them. They're fun, but they can be a pain in the rear end. But what you want to do first is you got to heat the epoxy up. Well, what you really want to do first is mark off where your epoxy and your threads are going to be, or end. Then you want to heat your epoxy up like so. That way it softens the epoxy, and then you can cut it with a razor blade. So we're going to cut through the epoxy here, and you're not going to get it on the first try. You got to keep going through it, and you really want to try to stay on the foot of the eye, so that way you don't cut into the rod blank. But I mean, it's going to be covered up, so be as careful as possible. And try not to cut your fingers in the process. There's that's one piece down. There's some more on there to go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask as well. Sorry, my fingers are probably in the way, huh? Where'd it go? Love you. Heat it up just a little bit more. There we go. what you want to do, you get this epoxy off this 1 foot right here. You want to mark where that eye is gonna be with a piece of masking tape. Alright. The rest of this epoxy off of here, and then we will mark where that eye is gonna sit. I'm only charging $15 for this repair. These are really should be $25, but these are new customers, and I'm just getting started out on my business here. I mean, not that I haven't been doing this already, but just opened the shop in Ocala, so I'll make everyone happy before my prices go up. Let's heat this up just a little bit more. Turn that down some. Alright, let's get this off of here now. See, all the labor involved is why these repairs cost so much. That's everything. Alright, so there's a clear outline right here of where that eye is supposed to rest. Right there, basically where the thread stops, where the thread pattern stops. So we only have to mark that. It's already there. Let's go ahead and get this other side off of here. They really caked the epoxy up on that one, didn't they? That's good. This side was much easier. It's always a good thing to get through the threads. Oh, they already did, so there we go. So we got that eye off of there. And right there is where that burr is. This is the new eye we're going to be putting on there. very, very thin feet. I love it. Makes it great for wrapping. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this epoxy off of here. Once I do that, I take a break and go get a drink. Where's these threads and stuff? Oh, and by the way, this is the Jardac T-System TMSV 160 rod wrapping and drying machine with the foot pedal and the extension kit. And I tell you what, I love it. You got the reverse control right here. You go backwards and forwards with your hand. And then you also have the speed knob here, and then the foot pedal control right here you can turn on and off. I love it, absolutely love it. They're on Amazon. You can find them there. They're $220, and I would also recommend buying the extended warranty, of course, just in case anything happens. They offer the 2-year extended warranty for, I think it's an extra $25. But that covers anything that goes wrong with it in the future. Heat this epoxy up a little bit more right here. And I'm actually using my homemade light stand that I just made before shooting this video. It's two of those little battery operated click lights that you stick to your wall. Got it, two of those mounted to a piece of acrylic, and then I have that taped to a box to give it some overhead. And it works great. Working fantastic, actually. What we're gonna do now, I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'm gonna get some sandpaper. I'm gonna sand this down a little. We're going to turn the speed up a little bit and get this sanded down some and cleaned up. Right. A little rag and wipe her down. Much better, much better. All right. Turn this down some. Alright, now get our eye placed on here and set where we want it. It's going to go just like that right there. Make sure your eyes are lined up, and you can either use a little bit of super glue to put on there to hold it in place, or you can use a little bit of masking tape, which is probably what we're going to do here, because I don't know how long it's going to take that super glue to set. We can try the super glue first real quick. I normally use masking tape, but the super glue might actually work pretty well. Let's just see. This is actually for your fingernails, so you know, we better not use super glue first, because we want to make sure that we have it lined up. So let's use the masking tape first. Looks about right. You want it nice and tight, so that when you start to wrap it, it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so now I'm just going to go down the end of the pole and see, make sure that all the guides are lined up. Looks good. All right. Yeah, we are in good shape. All right, now we can start to put some wrap on this thing. Turn the speed up some. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right. Ah, you check monkey, wrong way.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Okay, so let's get. All right, there we go. All right, now. Now, what you do is you get a piece of thread. Cut that. We'll make a loop like so. And you're gonna slide it under there like that. And we're gonna continue to wrap this till we get right to the very end of that eye. Like that. Push those threads together as tight as we can get them. And you're gonna cut your main thread here. You hold that tight right there. You're gonna run it through that loop and that string you put on there. You're gonna hold your main thread tight. You're gonna take this tag on here and you're gonna pull that through just like that. And that completes that side right there. Let's just push these threads nice and tight. Oh, I don't like the way that looks right there though. That's my puppy. Alright, that's the one side done. Now we gotta do the other side. Now we can undo this masking tape. Slow your roll a little bit here. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful. And that's nice and sturdy. See how sturdy that is? And when we epoxy that thing, it'll be even better. It won't go nowhere. And that little burr right there, we're going to take care of that right now. Not burr, but fur. Get all the fuzz off of it.
Motion detected in the front yard.
Just like that. There we go. Now let's get this other side going. Alright everyone, we're back. We got the epoxy mixed up. And this is the final step other than letting it dry. So I'm going to show you how to apply the epoxy, and that'll be the end of the video. So here we go. Lather this epoxy up on there. slow it down just a little bit. Then we can take the tape off too, so the epoxy doesn't dry to the tape and leave any tape behind. Anyhow, this is how you apply the epoxy. And then you gotta let it sit for 24 hours. Let it rotate for 24 hours so it dries and levels itself out. So anyhow, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something today. And hit that like button, subscribe, so that way you don't miss out on any videos. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace!